I'll be ready in a second. And Brian, we do requests. We do music requests on Twitch. You can put them in the Discord though. We don't do music here on YouTube unless it's like something like chat music or something that's not like crazy copyright or anything like that. I'll be right back. What's up, guys? uh. What's good? Oh. What's up? How are y'all? Ryan, Bryant, Rollin, Nolani. What's good? How's y'all's Wednesday? By the way, do you guys like that I'm uploading more to YouTube or no? I know that it's taken away from the music streams a little bit, and those aren't done. We're still gonna do those. Just spread a little thin lately. That's why I don't really want to add anything else to what I'm doing, because I'm already doing enough. Taking a break from playing Bloodborne? Dude, hell yeah. I've never played Bloodborne, but I have played games from Software. I'm a fan. Granted, I don't even know if you can call me a fan, because like the only game I've played is Sekiro. I haven't played Souls, I haven't played Bloodborne. Also haven't played Elden Ring either. But I know the genre, and I like the genre. As infuriating as it may be at times, it's just... And to think, bro, like, I New Game Plus'd Sekiro 3 times. 4. I was on New Game Plus 4, and then I stopped playing. Oh shit, I don't have my glasses on. My lord. Black Myth Wukong got me hooked into the genre. I haven't played that either, but I've heard that that is also superb. Katai, what's good? Well, at least you're getting the therapy that you need, Noelani. Some people are fucked up and can't even get that, you know? So, alright, so what are we doing first? I mean, we can check out some Army Time stories to just, lead everything off like we usually do, or we can start with some other stuff. I got some stuff in my watch later that y'all can choose from. DeRozier, what's good, dog? I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you? Well, good. I'm glad someone appreciates it. Because I'll do more of it if y'all prefer that style. Or at the very least, from now on, if I up whatever I upload, I'll just preface it with a video of just me. A short clip of just me, I guess. Basically explaining the video, telling you what it is, saying hello. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And then on with the video. I can start prefacing them that way, even if it's like a pre-recorded thing like this, like I pulled it from stream. I can still preface it with a current intro, is what I could do. And as far as my actual intro, I don't know. That's fantastic. Yo. I need to. Okay, so just so I can, so y'all can pick. Not the first one. We're not watching that one, but from these y'all can pick out of the watch later. Actually, hold on. No, that's 30 minutes. We are gonna watch that. We already seen that, so let me take this off. Y'all probably can't see. These are the ones we haven't seen. Over the top moments in paternity court. Those are just entertaining to me. It's like it's so retarded. Female SWAT team gets destroyed at men's competition. Best of TikTok and Idiocracy. Do public executions work by unsubscribe? Disregard that flash video. That's for me. Women hate men who play video games. I want to watch that one simply because I'm just a gamer and I just wah. And then this one seemed interesting to me, so I just put it in there. Life as a single man after 30. I don't have very many single friends. Well, I only have like 2 or 3 friends, but they're not single. So like, I'd like to hear his perspective. What does he do to supplement his time without ladies, right? And then Donut Operator. Cop smokes woman beater. What you get, man? If you can put your hands on a woman, you can take bullets from a cop. That's how that goes. Oh no, I'm stupid. Like, I'm making bombs. Why you love mama? I'm back with like me on filet. Fair and down. Fort named after General Robert E. Lee will now honor a Buffalo soldier. Whatever, cool. Good for that. Wait. Advocates recruit vets to attend Afghan allies' immigration hearings. So you're taking like prior service or current veterans to, I guess, speak on behalf. I got better shit to do. Strikes Strikes only set back Iran's nuclear program by months, U.S. report says. Yeah, that was just the first punch. You're not gonna gas yourself in the first round, right? No. Jabs. 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 Duck and weave. Guard, right? Another jab. Hook, right? Maybe third, fourth round, you unleash the haymaker. Why would you do that day one? Duh, right? Almost seems like the article is surprised that. Yeah, man. I was ignoring chat. I'm sorry, David. What's good? Over the top moments. Have you seen the Mari You Are Not the Father compilation? I've seen a few, but not a lot. I think I'll clean my Winchester while listening to this. Do it, dude. Clean the shit out of it. CLP the fuck out of it. Wait, do you put CLP on your, or do you use a different, or do you not use any of that shit at all? Working on putting a 400 Pontiac 600-pound horsepower engine into a Chevy station wagon. As a joke? Or like, y'all actually trying to do something here? That's cool. Hops number 9. I don't know what that is, but if it's lubricant for cleaning weapons, then right on. You definitely don't want to clean your weapon and not use that. You know what I mean? Especially if you actively use it or fire it, or not even then. You don't want that shit to just like, ugh. I really despised pulling my weapon from the arms room, and that shit was just dry as a bone, man. Like, and there was really nothing I could do about it. I just hated it. I was just like, ugh, there's no way I'm firing this thing until I just fucking drench it in CLP. There's no way. To pull that weapon directly out of the arms room and fire it. Oh my Lanta. Jesus Christ. Just making all of us look bad, Jonathan. Dear God. You guys ready for this one? Army Major convicted on multiple rape, sexual assault charges. Does this man not know that the uniform basically just speaks for you? Excuse the crude language, but even in 2025, that shit's still a pussy magnet, right? Any man in uniform, really. Police officers, right? SWAT, all these, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's still hard out here for dudes in 2025 to get any kind of attention and stuff like that. I get it, but I mean, fuck, man, the uniform basically just elevates you. It makes it so easy for you. It's like fish in a barrel. Why do you have to rape? Don't make any sense. Dude, I haven't been fishing in years. If we're on the topic of that. An Army Ranger. Oh my God. An Army Ranger was a major. Army Major. Army Ranger. I can only assume that at the rank of Major, you had at the very least 10 years of service. Minimum. Minimum, bro, you had 10 years of service. And you were Army Ranger, you went to Army Ranger school, you did officer candidate school, you did basic training, you did a whole bunch of classes, you went to college, right? You should have got all your fucking done in college, bro. Holy and then you just throw it all away. I guarantee you've been in at the very least 10 years. Minimum. An Army Ranger was convicted Monday following a 3-week trial on 2 rape charges and more than a dozen other assault charges by a military jury of 6 men and 2 women. Brohim. The jury was all men. Maybe they did that on purpose because they knew that if the jury would have been all women, they would have gave you the death penalty. Oh my god, hey y'all, are y'all good with this view? Do y'all want me to change it to the bigger screen, or are y'all good with this one? Let me know. Do y'all want a different? It's up to you guys. Typically we don't need it for this, but do y'all want this? Right? Do y'all want this one? Or do y'all want this one? This one being 1, this one being 2. Which one do y'all want? I'm thinking about joining. What's the hardest thing about the ASVAB? Dog, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When it comes to the ASVAB, I don't remember much from it. To be completely honest, there was some parts of it that I was like, oh, this is easy, and then there was other parts of it that I was like, I've never even been asked this question before. What? And then there was other ones that I was like, the answer could be pretty much. At no point was I super confused or like just like lost. Either I knew or I just didn't know at all whatsoever, but I was just, it wasn't anything too incredibly daunting, bro. And I was a B average student in school, man. It could be C because I failed math so horribly that it probably killed my GPA, but I was like a B average student in school. I'm not the smartest fucking person. I'm not a genius by no means, by no measure. So if I did good, bro, you'll be fine. And especially if you decide to study, I did no studying. Especially if you go to Barnes and Nobles and you get yourself a book, ASVAB for Dummies, and you read it all the way through and you study. And especially if you ask your recruiter to give you a study guide, he'll help you. I did none of those things and I still did fine. Mind you, I took 2 ASVABs. The first ASVAB I took was in high school, and I failed it on purpose because I thought the idea of the military was stupid. And then I had to retake it again when I went to the recruiter because he saw that test that I took, and he's like, my man, what's the matter with you? I was like, yeah, I just take it again. Don't worry about that one. Just throw that one out. It's fine. So I think you'll be good. Just study. I didn't study. I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't prepare at all whatsoever, and I still managed to do okay. So all right, y'all never answered my question on what y'all wanted it on, so I'm just gonna leave it on this. Major Jonathan Batt, 40, my man, single as fuck, can't get no play, and is just out here forcing women. Major Jonathan Batt, 40, claimed the sexual encounters with 15 women who testified against him were consensual and that he was not a rapist, the Washington Post reported. My man. 15 women came after you. And you're not famous, you're not rich, there's no reason to target you. I get it, you got that military retirement and stuff like that in your future and all that pension money and stuff like that, but even then, 15 women, my man, no. I don't think there was anything consensual about. Maybe the first woman was consensual, and maybe the second you pushed the boundaries, and maybe the third you pushed it a little too far and kept pushing it, and they didn't say anything. You just never saw them again, and you just kept on and kept on until, I wonder what was the straw that broke the camel's back. You probably got a bit too ballsy, huh? I don't know. No pun intended. No, Alani, have a good one. Thank you so much for hanging out. Batt was convicted on 17 charges involving 8 women and acquitted on 21 counts involving 7 women. I was right. Yeah, so some of them, nah, but majority of them, yes, you're forced. The rape charges carry a maximum sentence of life without parole, while each, oh my god, they might as well just give you 1,000 years without parole, while each sexual assault charge carries a 30-year maximum sentence. My man was horny beyond belief that he was willing to accept this as his future. Just to, and you're a major. You're a major, you're single, you got no kids, you probably don't even have a dog. You can just pay for it. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good lifestyle, but I mean, you can just pay for it. Which is still illegal, but I mean, like, you're a major. You can afford an escort. I'm sure. My god. Bat met the women through online dating applications, through work or friends, prosecutors said, between 2020 and 2023, most in the Washington, D.C. area. Bro, he was a serial rapist. There's a mix of emotions. Ryan Gilds, a lawyer representing 9 of the women who testified, told the Post. Disappointment for those who didn't get the justice they deserved. Validation for many of them that they were believed. Though today was a good day. It doesn't change the incredible amount of harm suffered by these victims. Yeah, Jonathan, you're the fucking reason that we're gonna continue to have these sharp meetings and these sharp briefs that take up a colossal amount of time that could be spent at the motor pool or in training or in a class or doing literally anything else military related. And instead, we're having to have grown-ass people sit a whole bunch of other grown-ass people down in an auditorium and tell us like we're children, hey, don't touch people there. You see, Jonathan, you fuck things up for all of us because most of us know not to rape. Yet we're gonna have to sit through a 40-hour class of someone telling us not to rape because you're a blue falcon. You're a buddy fucker, man. Bat was assigned to an artificial intelligence division of the Army in Arlington, Virginia, where he lived. Oh my god. I live in Virginia. I got nothing to worry about. I'm a guy. He doesn't, as far as I'm reading, he doesn't target men. And I'm not gay, so that's the story. That's it. That's it. So he just started raping one day, and then he couldn't stop, and then he got caught. You know what? My M1's getting clean too. Yeah, dude. I really wish there was a comment section. Just so I don't even want to comment. I wish there was a comment section. I'll upload this and then I'll read the comment section. Jesus Christ, Jonathan. My dude. That, And you know what? Now that I'm rereading it, this is actually awful. Bat was convicted on 17 charges involving... Hold on. There was 15 women who testified. But he was only fighting charges involving 8 women. Right? And he was acquitted on 21 counts involving 7 women. Which... 15 women testified, which could have been friends, colleagues, people who weren't directly touched, but knew of the situation. So that means that out of the 8, only 1 got justice. Really? Yeah. 17 charges involving 8 women and acquitted on 21 counts involving 7 women. Track 7 from 1, that only leaves 1 that actually saw justice for what he did. Hold on. The jury weighed 6 rape charges, 2 aggravated. Oh my god, I didn't even read this. The jury, dude, I can't believe I skipped past this. The jury weighed 6 rape charges, 2 aggravated assault by strangulation charges, 10 sexual assault, and 16 assault and battery charges for a total of 38 total counts. Oh my god. He was out here choking bitches. And he's not a pimp, which those are the only people that can get away with that. Oh my god. Oh, it's not funny. But I mean, dude, the ridiculousness of, like, 1, you don't expect this from a service member. 2, you don't expect it from a service member of this high rank. And 3, you don't expect it to be as intense as what this was. Jesus Christ. This guy was like carrying the fucking torch of Bill Cosby. Trying to, anyway. I don't think he got his hands on that many women, or as many as Bill did. But my word. Hefe, what's good, man? Alright, one more and then we'll get... Hey, yo, Katai, can you link the video that you were talking about? The Trump video? Can you link it? Never mind, it's right here, but I don't want to read it. I want to see it. Oh, that's unfortunate. R.I.P. Fred Smith, FedEx founder and Marine Corps veteran, dies at 80. Served 2 tours in Vietnam. Was twice wounded and earned the Silver Star for combat valor. Thank you for your service, Fred. And for delivering packages nationwide. Worldwide, actually, FedEx. Shit. That's fantastic, man. I mean, it's not fantastic, but... hot as hell here in Maine. Is it, though? I don't think it... Well, to you it probably is. Oh, Lord. Another one that just threw it all away. Another one that threw it all away. Last one, and then we're going to continue. Former sergeant pleads guilty to trying to sell secrets to China. Former. Never mind. He didn't throw anything away. I mean, he threw something away, but not his military career. He was already out of the military. A former Army sergeant faces up to 10 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges that he attempted to share military secrets with the Chinese government. Joseph Daniel Schmidt, 31, pled guilty June 18th in federal court to 2 felony counts of attempting to deliver national defense information and retention of national defense information. His sentence hearing is scheduled for September 9th. Schmidt served on active duty from 2015 to 2020. His primary assignment was at the Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, where he served in the 109th Military Intelligence Battalion and had access to top secret information. After separating from the Army, Schmidt reached out to the Chinese consulate in Turkey and later the Chinese security services via email offering the information. Dog, did you need money? Did you... The motivation here. Was the motivation money or... you just hate this country? It's one of the two. Those are the only 2 motives that I can see or even understand. You did it for money, or you did it because you hate this country. There's no other way around that. There he is right here. Mr. Schmidt. In March 2020, he traveled to Hong Kong to continue to provide Chinese intelligence officials with classified information he had obtained while in the military. Schmidt created multiple documents describing various high-level secrets he was offering the Chinese government. He had kept a device that allows for access to secure military computer networks and offered... That is so illegal. I've seen the device he kept, I've seen it before. And bro, oh, that right there will land you in so much jail time. Take everything else out of the equation. That is simply keeping that device, leaving the service. You're already in trouble right there and then. There ain't no way, man. I didn't even have a top secret clearance, but Schmidt remained in China until October 2023 when he flew to San Francisco. He was arrested when he arrived at the airport. Why would you come back? You sold out your country. Why would you come back? That doesn't make any sense. You sold out your own country. That makes about as much sense as... It doesn't make sense, actually. I can't even come up with a good thing for that. It doesn't make sense on why you would come back. This was not a lapse in judgment. This individual failed to uphold his oath to defend our nation and to protect the lives of those who he served beside. You know, that's actually a really good statement, because if you think about it, you have so much responsibility, not just in the military, but once you leave the military, because when you leave the military, you leave with all of that knowledge, and you could quite possibly be a weapon towards this country, right? So you have just as much responsibility while you're in the service to practice OPSEC, which is operational security for short, as you do in the civilian sector. Just because of your knowledge, what you know, the organization that you used to work for, you could be an asset to an enemy. No matter what, you could be a cook and still be an asset. You could give movements, you could give names, you could give times, you could give when they go to the range, like when they train, what they train with. There's so much information that you have no idea how valuable an enemy could find that info. Right? Any bit of information is good information, especially if you didn't have to get it yourself. Right? So, Alexander, what's good, man? By attempting to provide classified information to China, he puts our mission at risk and abandoned his fellow soldiers for personal gain. So he did do it for money. It didn't explicitly say, and it didn't even give a figure of how much he made. But yeah, these actions threaten our nationals. I gotta say, this is less pathetic than the Air Force service member that was divulging secrets on Discord, all in the pursuit to make friends. That is quite possibly the most pathetic story I've ever heard involving treason, because that's what this is. They didn't explicitly say the word in the article, but it's fucking treason. So you shot a 50 and a 7.62 SCAR for the first time over the weekend? Dude, congratulations. It's fun, isn't it? It's super fun. Especially the 50. The 50. I gotta be honest. I've never shot the 7.62, but I've shot rifles. Man, it's fun. It's super good. It's so on brand for the Air Force, though. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I guess. Man, I just, I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life, right? I've had some shit downs, I've had some good times. I've been through the ringer, right? I've been around the block a couple times, but my life has never gotten to the point and has never gotten so bad that I felt the need to sell out my country or start raping people. As a prior service member, man, and especially the one that was done kind of dirty by the military, it has still never occurred to me to sell them out. Because if I did that, bro, I'm not selling out the people that fucked me over. That's That's what these people, they don't understand. The people that do this, the soldiers that do this, you don't understand that, like, yeah, I got done dirty by a couple of commanders and like some very specific high-ranking people and stuff like that. But if I were to sell out the military, I'm not just selling out them, I'm selling out my friends, dude. And I still value those people and those friendships. We don't talk often, right? But when we do, we pick up right where we left off, like nothing's changed. And you don't even understand that. Like, maybe you didn't have friends in the military, and you know what? I will acknowledge the fact that some people join the military and never make friends. It's I've known people that joined the military and they didn't have one single friend. They didn't look at their coworkers as friends. They didn't even look at them as acquaintances. Man, they went to work and fucking left. Right? Like, they did not, but I made friends. I had friends. I had people that I cared for. So to sell out the army, I'm not going to be affecting the people that I think I'm affecting. If I were to do that, I'm affecting my own, because it's my own that's going to have to deal with those repercussions. It's my own that's going to be deploying. It's my own that's going to be in that country. It's my own that's going to get targeted, right? So it's so short-sighted in the long run to do stuff like that. But every time I get behind the 240, yeah, the 240 Bravo, it's fun, but to carry it, I don't know. I did not want to undertake that responsibility. Don't get me wrong, man. We go to the range, I'd get behind the 249 or the 240 and I'd let it rip, dude. Sergeants would be screaming at me to just like let off. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm looking at the barrel. It's fine. I got an eye on the barrel. It's fine. Right? But when it came time to deploy, I was like, you're not going to give me that 249, are you? I don't want that 240, by the way. That shit was fun on the range, but I'm good. Y'all have explained the mission, and yeah, I don't want that at all. Luckily, they did not give me the 249. It was just the M4. God. But I did have to carry it for a time while I was deployed, and what really annoyed me about the time that I had, because I only had to carry it for like a month, right, when I was deployed, and it didn't so much annoy me the fact that I had to carry it, and it didn't so much even annoy me at the circumstances that led to me having to carry it. The only reason I had to carry it is because that weapon's not allowed to leave the country, and my best friend at the time, he was the one that was carrying that weapon. He went on leave, so the weapon went to me. And this bastard went AWOL. So I was stuck carrying this bitch until his bitch ass came back. And it wasn't so much any of that that really got under my skin. What got under my skin the absolute most about having to carry the 249 for that singular month that I had to carry it was that in that 30 days, and I counted, in that 30 days, we did not get into a single firefight. Not one. I was like, you mean to tell me I gotta carry this big bitch around and I don't even get to fire it? Huh? Not once. Not once, bro. And then he came back. I gave him back his 249. He gave me back my M4. And within a week, we were in a firefight. And he was letting rip with it. And he was having the time of his life. He got demoted and he had to do like some extra duty, but it didn't stop him from having to do his job. And he had the time of his life firing that thing. And I'm just over here with my M4 just like, yeah, it must be goddamn nice. It must be fucking nice, huh? Yeah, right. Fuck me. Fuck me. That's super cool, bro. It got under my skin. Maybe I'm just petty. Maybe I'm just being dramatic. But like, dog, come on. like buying a brand new skin in a video game for your favorite gun, and then your girl comes over there and turns the game off. Like, speaking of which, do y'all want to watch that video? Women hate men who play video games. You want to watch that? How heavy is the 249? Bro, like 30 some odd pounds. I can't remember the exact parameters of that weapon system and the weight, but it's a heavy bitch. It's like 30 something. Bro, I'll Google it for you. It's like 30-ish. 30-ish pounds, man. Without a nutsack, bro, if you with a drum, with just the nutsack on it, you're fine. It's less, but it's still heavy. But and when I say nutsack, that's like the little Lakeside might know what I'm talking about, but it's like a little ammo pouch that clips in. The drum is big. The drum's gonna look like a fucking drum, right? But the nutsack is like this little small. It's like literally more than half the size of it. I was wrong. 22 pounds. It felt 30. Especially in a fucking foot patrol that lasts like 6 hours. It's ungodly heavy, bro. Compared to... Okay. I was being dramatic when I said 30. Alright. It's just... That's what I remember. It felt like it weighed 30 pounds. And when you go 6 months carrying an M4 and then you switch directly to a 249, bro, you can feel that difference. You can feel it. So... 22 pounds when loaded with a 200 round belt. But this is okay. Hold on, let me see if I can get an image of like the drum and then just this is the nutsack. Okay, that right there, you see this, how it's like a little pouch that's like all shriveled up? That's the nutsack. This is the drum. Most of our and really drum, this all depended on personal preference for our gunners. Whatever they wanted to attach, whatever they wanted to use, they could. It just really all depended. They would opt for some of them would opt for the drum on foot patrols, while others would use the nutsack on foot patrols, and others would opt for vice versa on convoys. It just depended. So yeah, even that's different. Going from carrying an M16 to carrying an M4, it's a massive difference. The handling, the weight, the speed, how fast you can ADS, like that barrel length, man. I don't like the M16. I don't, man. I just not my style. Can I use it? Yeah. Can I fire it? Yeah. Can I fire on target? Of course. I don't like it. Ain't my thing. Hold on, let me check to see if y'all put anything in the Discord. Hold on. Oh, cool. All right, let me. There is a video. There was an article about it, but I want to see it. I don't want to read it. Bro, I'm so down to watch more of those Stormtrooper vlogs. God, that show was funny. There's one here by David, but I'm not going to do it until he gets here. Yeah, what was the request, by the way, Lakeside? Thoughts on the M250? Garbage. For the sole reason that it doesn't have quick change barrels. That completely That makes the weapon useless. It does. It without quick change barrels, it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. It You're gonna fire it, your barrel's gonna either warp, melt, something's gonna happen to it where it's gonna be inoperable. And instead of just being able to switch the barrels, guess what? Now that weapon is effectively out of the fight. So I think it's overall useless. In every sense of the word, useless. It can't outperform the 249 for the simple fact that it does not have quick change barrels. And if it can't outperform its predecessor, then it's not an upgrade. It's devolving. That's not good. Mysterious, what's good? What was it? It was for the 25 by Logan Stark. Let me actually pull it up to see where it was. Did you donated for it? Let me see. I guess we never got to. Yeah, 20 for the 25 by Logan Stark. That's not a song, is it? Saws are heavy till you get used to it. Of course, yeah. And then it just becomes like you're carrying nothing. But again, going from an M4 for months and then going to that shit, and then not even being able to fire it for that whole month of being in combat, bro, I was slightly upset. I was like, this is bullshit. And that's why I never wanted to miss missions either. Never wanted to miss missions either, because at the beginning of my deployment, it was like they would give some of us like missions off and stuff like that, and it would just like rotate and stuff. And one day I got off, right? And they went on mission and they got into a firefight. They did a whole bunch of shit. They came back telling stories and they were all excited, and I was just like, I'm going on every fucking mission after this. There's no way, dog. I am not sitting here again while you fuckers have all of the fun. No, bro. No. Now, there were some missions that were just like, I'm not doing that, man. There was just some missions that, like when we had to do foot patrols up certain mountains and stuff like that, I would opt not to go. Really. If I had the choice, or if they gave me a day off for not going on that particular mission, I wouldn't even be all that upset, because I was like, man, the odds of us getting in a firefight up there, and on top of that, I don't even want to get in a firefight up there. That doesn't sound fun. So, it's a video? Okay. Oh, okay. This is like a long one. Gotcha. Well, what do you say? It's... I'll watch some of it, Lakeside. Because this is like way longer than what we usually do as far as requests. I'd like to get some other stuff done before we embark on this, because this will probably be the longest thing, right? Nah, Cold Train, I'm still alive. Let me see. Let me look at something real quick. Okay. Okay. That works. There's just other stuff that I'm waiting to watch. UMG is trying to kill off all YouTube music reactors. Ren posted. I saw what Ren posted, and that's not the first time he's made a post involving reaction channels. I like Ren, man. I like his view on the whole situation because I have the same view. It's very symbiotic, man. You make the music, we react to it, we share it, and in some instances we share it better than the label can, right? But they don't want it that way, really. And again, that's why I just opt to just do all these reactions, all these music reactions on YouTube and just upload them to Rumble, man, because just doing it on YouTube is such a headache. And then to just like risk your channel, and I've already built certain things here that I just don't want to inject music into it. Really. Started off that way because I was just trying to get back to doing what I was doing on the previous channel, but I've just since pivoted because of just stuff like that, man. It's too much of a headache. Really. All right. Y'all can pick something off of this. Let me make this big for you guys. And I'm going to take a smoke break real fast. Okay. Let me just remove this flash one so y'all don't. Okay, you know what? Don't pick the flash one. All right. Out of these right here, I'll leave it there. Donut operators at the bottom. Well, this right here too, over the top. Just these right here, I guess. Donut operators at the bottom. Let me do this. I ain't trying to leave y'all here all in a void of silence. So we're gonna do this. I'll go smoke real fast. Y'all can just look over this. Decide what y'all want to watch from there.
What are we doing today, Coach?
Today we're going to work on our checking.
That's so loud, isn't it?
Sorry, I heard checking. I meant checking.
Has my music been really loud the entire time? Or was it just that one in particular because it was new? Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry. No, for real. What did is this even playing? Oh my god, it's not even playing. I left it in silent. I left it in silence regardless. Oh my god. It's fine. All right. Did y'all ever pick what y'all wanted to watch? Dude, I pulled it up and just didn't hit play. How did I? Here's what we'll do. Dude, it is really, really hot. God damn. You know what? We're gonna do some of these first. They're just on my watch later, and then we'll get to yours. Excited. We're gonna start with this one, just because this one makes me giggle, and I want to see the logic. And then we'll do Donut Operator after this, because I have to see what police do to that guy. I just have to.
Backbone was originally founded based on how we thought the future of gaming would unfold.
It's not my type.
My problem.
Shut up. Hold on.
Seems to hate the
Oh my god. Can't even. Going forward, I don't think we'll need to change screens. Let me actually see what screen we're even on. No, we don't need this. We're fine right here. That's all right. I guess why women hate video games. We're about to find. I mean, I know why. I've never watched a video like that. I just want to see, because I've had so many experiences with this, but I've never seen it. I've never seen it articulated in a video. So
The question is, do women hate guys who play video games?
they do.
These are
I
five
can
red
tell you.
flags in a guy based on what game he plays.
But the whole gaming.
Based on what game he plays. Now that's a conversation to be had.
These are five red flags in a guy based on what game he plays.
I mean, I'd rather deal with this than deal with, like, you know, ladies flat out saying wah. No. But still, this is kind of stupid. It doesn't matter.
But the whole gaming thing, it's just lazy.
A majority of women seems to hate the idea of men gaming and having fun. They believe men should only work non-stop.
So I get triggered when my partner plays video games, and here's why.
Would you date a guy if he's a gamer?
I have.
Tell me why. I want to know why. Because I know why, but I mean, it's just my version because I'm a dude, but.
And I will not do it again.
Okay, gamer boyfriends.
What do you think?
I don't like them. It's not my type.
My problem is that I hate men, you know?
Anybody else absolutely hate video games.
So you're a lesbian. But no, you're not. You're just going to keep going on and on and on and on and on about how much you hate us. All right.
Some women believe a man's purpose is to be their father and only be their provider. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
The one thing you need to know about men, they have a little something in their back pocket. If you're playing a video game, a card game with them, and they start losing, they're so competitive, so they always have one game that they know they're going to crush you in. It's actually really impressive to watch them play. Even more impressive is the way that they always pull it out after you've just beaten them at something, and they're like, oh hey, wanna play FIFA? And knowingly you say, yeah, I wanna play, only to have your world shattered. Watch out.
Why are grown men still playing video games?
When it comes to that one, I never really get mad about those kinds of games, like board games and shit like that I've ever played with chicks. I don't get mad if I lose. I just like the act of playing, man. Especially Monopoly. I love Monopoly. I never get mad at Monopoly. It is what it is. But no, yeah, and you know what? I've dealt with that. How many of you here play video games? All right, y'all are gamers. I've had girls challenge me before to video games, like a significant other. Like, I bet I could beat you. That doesn't really look all that hard. All right, bet, here. Grab the sticks. Let's go. And then they proceed to get mad as fuck. You're cheating. You're doing this, but oh my. And then they start losing, and then they just start calling you a fucking nerd. Basically, like the typical rage you'll hear from someone whenever you stump them, and they're like, "Go get a fucking life, bro." Right? That's kind of like what they do. They're just like, "Oh my god, you need to find something else to do."
Simple. The same reason grown women don't leave the house without a face full of makeup. It's a nice escape from reality.
Least attractive hobbies for men according to women. This is 100% true. Wrong. Peak unattractiveness. Wrong. Beyond red flag. Wrong. Major deal breaker. Wrong. Just because a man likes playing video.
All right, this is what it is. This is 100% true. Men playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond red flag, like a deal breaker zone. It's weird that so many dudes don't get this. You know what I think is weird? I think it's weird that you can spend like 7 straight hours scrolling through TikTok and Instagram and watching Vampire Diaries and all this shit, and we don't say shit to you at all whatsoever. You just be scrolling through fucking beauty videos and fucking all this type of nonsensical ass shit that we just look at you and we're just like, okay, cool. I'm glad you're doing something. I'm going to go play video games while you do whatever it is you do. And then as soon as y'all hear that ding, or I don't even know what sound a PlayStation makes. What, dude? As soon as y'all hear that noise, the fangs come out. And it's just like, but why? Why are you allowed to have your hobbies and your things, but I can't have mine? It doesn't make any sense. So these are the least attractive hobbies for men, right? According to women. Playing video games, which that is me, 100%. Collecting figurines, not so much me. Magic tricks, not so much me at all. Online trolling, well, I mean. Gambling, that's not me at all. Building model trains, that's not me at all. Taxidermy, that's not me at all. Comic book collecting, no, but I do love I do love listening to comic book narrations along with like video on YouTube. I don't actually I don't go to a store and buy the books. I just go to a YouTuber that reads the books to me. Like, that's the level of nerd that I'm on. And then bird watching. Really? I thought that was a female thing. Especially females at the age of like 55 and older. What do you mean bird watching? What dude be what, older dudes, I guess, but like, and how is that a red flag? That's so serene and calm and relaxing. It's not my thing, but like, what would you rather be? Let me guess. Y'all want to be like at a bar or like just have your man buying you drinks while you just dance with your girlfriends and he pays for everything, and going to the mall and fucking doing all this shit that, like, I don't know, man, 22-year-old couples do, I suppose. And like,
Video games doesn't mean he's unattractive, or half of these things, minus the online trolling and gambling thing. Would you just chuck that out? But good lord, just think, if he's playing video games, you play video games, you guys could do it.
Think about biology major students could be a reason for why bird watching is on there. No, bro, bird watching is a hobby. I know this to be true. It's not, but I just never really put bird watching with men. Right? Do men do it? Probably. Yeah, sure, cool. Do your thing. Not my thing. But I really only ever associated that with women.
Together. I really don't see what the big deal about this is. I never have. My fellow nerd girls, ladies, we already know about our nerd men and how great they are. All this week, and it drove me nuts. Get a hobby yourself and then come back and talk to us.
So this is a list of things that men do that women supposedly find unattractive, and playing video games came out on top. One woman even said men playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond a red flag. Quite literally insane, to be honest. God forbid a man finds a hobby that he actually enjoys.
Right.
A lot of these women see men as nothing more than machines with unlimited battery life, expected to work,
Bro, that's...
provide, fix things, pay bills, solve problems, and then what? Never unwind? Never enjoy themselves? It's ironic. When a woman wants to binge reality TV or scroll TikTok for hours, it's called self-care. But when a man turns on a PlayStation after a 10-hour shift, suddenly he's immature or lazy. It's not about the video games. It's about control. They don't...
I've never really cared, bro, really, in relationships, even if they complained. This is something I'm not changing about myself. I'm just not. It's something I like to do. It's something that... It's a hobby, man, like other people have. I just don't even understand. And I'm not changing it.
Like when a man is content doing something that doesn't revolve around them.
You thought your soulmate was the guy who plays video games every single night? The gamer?
Yeah, that type of guy is right for a lot of women. I mean, he could be out bar hopping with friends. I mean, there's other activities that some women may...
Bro, you know what's so funny about what she just said is I've said that before, and ladies in the comments called me sexist. Or not sexist, they just called me stupid. Said my opinion was wrong. And I was like, okay, cool, but right.
May consider worse. If playing some video games is how he unwinds after a day of work, what's the issue?
No, don't. Why?
Because this is all you do.
It's all I have.
So I get triggered with
That that statement pretty much sums it up for most of us dudes. It's all I have. What else can I do? What else do you want me to do? Do you want me to go outside and recut the grass that I cut yesterday? What is the matter with you?
It's all I have.
So I get triggered when my partner plays video games, and here's why. Reason number one, I think this triggers me, is because 2 of my past relationships have been with boyfriends that spent a majority of their free time playing video games. One of them, for example, I would be over hanging out with him, and he would just be playing video games for hours, and I would be sitting there so bored just watching him play for seriously like 4 to 5 hours, maybe more.
Why don't you have a hobby? Why don't you have friends, man? Like,
be over playing video games. One of them, for example, I would be over hanging out with him, and he would just be playing video games for hours, and I would be sitting there so bored just watching him play for seriously like 4 to 5 hours, maybe more.
Women like this are incredibly selfish, and they don't even try to hide it anymore. She literally said, "I get triggered when my partner plays video games." Triggered? Over what? A man relaxing in his own home after doing everything he's supposed to do? The real issue isn't the video games. It's the fact that he's not giving her constant attention. These types of women only want to do their hobbies: shopping, brunch, scrolling social media, Netflix marathons, all fine. But the second he's doing something that brings him joy without her being the center of it, suddenly it's a problem. Why didn't she just ask?
that's another good point. And you know what? God damn it, I'm actually mad that I didn't think of that myself. Yes, thank you, Katai, a woman. She says, then just stop dating gamers. And if you're a gamer guy, find yourself a gamer girl. They exist. Believe me, they exist. Stop letting all these other non-gamer girls tell you that that's just a fantasy. No, they're out there. They like games just as much as you do. And you got to find someone that shares your hobbies, because otherwise, and I've been through it, dude. Literally had a girl tell me, I wish you paid attention to me as much as you paid attention to your Xbox. And I'm like, didn't we just go to your parents' house yesterday for dinner? And didn't we just go like the day before to watch the Alabama Georgia game? And fuck, man, we went to your sister's baby shower over the weekend, and like we spent like the first half of the week watching TV shows together, and now I just don't even understand. I don't get your logic. We do everything together, man. And I'm sorry, but like just like being attached to your butthole and just like in every day, just like it's not every single second of the day has to be filled with something. And that's one thing that I've noticed, is that women like to make a schedule. Like they like to fill things up, like, oh, what's happening in the morning? Nothing. All right, let me put some shit in there. Whereas in men, we're not like that at all, dude. So
to play with him, why not say, hey, teach me how to play, or let's do something together? Nope. Instead, she just sits there staring at him, pouting and building resentment, like a child being ignored.
Like now I have dated, and it's not all bad, right? But I have dated girls where like I sat down to play video games and then she got home, right? As soon as I saw her get home, I put the controller down. I was like, hey, yo, what's up? What you need? You need any help? Groceries? What you got? What's going on? She's like, nothing. I'm about to go shower and then just watch Netflix. I was like, do you need the TV? She's like, no, I'm going to watch my tablet. I was like, phenomenal. I'm going to be doing this. She's like, okay. I don't even understand what's wrong with that kind of living, but some ladies fucking despise that. And it's almost like they expect you. And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Some ladies, you're going to... response to that is going to be this: well, you should just put down the video games and go watch Netflix with her. And I'm just like, really? So go watch something that she enjoys. Meanwhile, if I ask her to watch Transformers, if I ask her to watch Batman, if I ask her to watch Spider-Man, if I ask her to watch The Flash, if I ask her to watch any of the shit that interests me, no, that's okay, babe. You watch your shows. I'm just gonna be over here. So don't give me that shit, bro, because that's what I've dealt with, like, for real. So don't even stop it. Like,
Odd.
I am an adult. Video games are for children. Wow. And so me in dating, I would rather you have a hobby that's not video games, something that enlightens you.
You don't think video
what she means by that is you need to have a hobby that revolves all around me. That's what she just said. It's like,
games to that at all.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. My favorite video game growing up, it was Frogger. So I'm just helping a frog cross
that
the street.
Track. Oh my god. All arguments invalid. Frogger? Of all the amazing games.
My boyfriend loves to play video games.
He said Frogger. I understand the implications of what she just said. I just don't really care to speak on them. Tracy, what's good? My wife plays games more than I do. I can't remember the last time I gamed. I tinker with my cars for my hobby. There you go. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing that I've noticed is like, yo, try to find me a video somewhere on YouTube of a man complaining about his woman's hobbies. as long as her hobbies are not fucking OnlyFans. Okay? Find me any video about a man complaining about what his wife does on her free time. You want to know why he's not complaining? Because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Even if it was like weird to him. I'm not saying it's weird, but let's just take bird watching, because bird watching was stated earlier. Let's just take bird watching. He doesn't care. It's her hobby. You like to do that, babe? That's cool. I love that for you. Men don't care what your hobby is, as long as your hobby is not inhumane. You know what I mean, right? But we don't care. We're pretty chill. It's just some of y'all, bro.
And when he gets into his video games, like sometimes like he's, you know, playing for like 3 hours at a time, and like I don't hear from him. And I know he's just probably playing video games, or maybe he went to go do some laundry or like clean the house or like whatever. I don't know. But like that intrusive thought comes in and it's like, he's cheating on you. And I was like, is he? Do we really think that that's plausible? Like, no. Let's be for fucking real. He's playing video games. Everything is fine. You don't need to worry about this. Shut the fuck up.
But the whole gaming thing.
What's the problem? Jacqueline has this big problem too. Because
it's just lazy. It feels like unless you're getting paid, and there's a lot.
Are you getting paid to watch Desperate Housewives? Are you getting paid to keep up with the Kardashians? I didn't fucking think so. So stop it. It's unreal. It not only is it unreal, it's so unreasonable.
Fine, right? Like, it's cool if you want to do it every so often, but to me, I'm like, go educate. Like, go do something productive.
But what is the problem? Like, you know, Jacqueline has a big problem with it too. Whenever
I'm so glad that he's trying to get to the actual root of the problem. But see, here's the thing: she's the one. She strikes me. She argues from a place of emotion and shit. She's not gonna, and she's definitely not gonna look inward. So I don't think we're gonna get any kind of coherent response from this one.
Where she hears the PlayStation start up, like I gotta hear the huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
But if I were to just have TV on, you'd be on TikTok as it is, not paying attention.
It's not that,
so why does it bother you?
Because it's not the distraction of me being on TikTok and us watching TV. It's what you could be doing with that time.
There it is, and that's what I knew it. I knew it. You women want to task us bad that you're so pissed that we're taking time from doing something. Wait a minute, you're enjoying things? You have time to do this video game?
Here's the thing.
Here's all the things you could be doing.
Here's the thing, you're enjoying it, but you could also be planning something nice for us. You know, like
See. Me. There's no way I'm going to allow you to do what you want to do because me.
The thing is, women like this don't actually like to see men happy. They want you to be just like them, miserable, emotionally drained, and constantly needing external validation. And from what I'm hearing, she's basically saying, unless he's making money for me to spend, then it doesn't make sense. These women.
And another thing that I've noticed is some ladies. One thing I've noticed: the same ladies that hate men that play video games. Guess what, fellas? They also hate the fact that you have friends. They do. Your homies, your homeboys, people you've been friends with since like childhood, running the block together when you were like 8 years old, and now y'all are like 25 and y'all are still like this. They fucking hate that. They despise it, bro. One of my exes, she hated my best friend. Why? No idea. He never even gave her a reason for her to dislike him. She just didn't like. He's just so gross. He's just so gross. I don't even know why you hang out with him. And blah blah blah. And he's always smoking weed. And he's just a bad like. Oh my god, I never talk about your friends ever. She's like, well, I never see my friends. I was like, that's the problem. You don't have friends, and you're mad that I do. So when I go spend time with them, in your head, you're just like, fuck his friends. He should be spending all his time with me. So good, man. It's so good.
Women don't want partners. They want providers, entertainers, emotional crutches, and personal therapists all rolled into one. They hate the fact that they will never be able to compete with the peace, joy, and escape that men get from video games. That's the part that eats at them. They see the genuine happiness, the focus, the laughter, and deep down, they get jealous. Not because of the game itself.
Dude, yeah, I remember one time I was playing, this was years ago, bro. I was playing Destiny, and I was doing the Destiny 1, actually. That's how I know this was a long time ago. Destiny 1, and I was doing the Crota's End raid for like the first time when it first came out. And we did it, bro, and we were all so fucking hyped. Like, my headset, well, like, the speakers were about to rupture because, like, everyone in my party chat was losing their fucking minds. And she's like, I've never seen you that excited before. And I was like, sweetie, dude, you have, like, no concept of what we just did here. Do you? She's like, no, not really. Should I? And I was like, whatever. And I just kept playing, but, like, I could see on her face that she was mad that, like, I guess I'm never that excited whenever I'm with her. And I'm just like, and thinking about it, it's just like, no, that's just a different level of excitement, really, that you're talking about, that you're thinking of, that you're getting jealous about.
But because they can't bring that same level of happiness to the man they're with. It's a silent competition they created in their own heads. They want to be the sole source of a man's joy, attention, and purpose. So, when they see him fully immersed in a game, smiling, relaxed, stress-free, they feel replaced, and it burns them.
I'd be at home, and he on his way home from the studio, and
And you know what's funny is that it's not even about video games. This plagues the workaholic man. And his wife is at home talking about, sweetie, all you do is work, all you do is work, all you do is work, 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 work. And same thing plagues him. You never spend time with me. You never do this. You never do that. Meanwhile, it's a fucking 6-bedroom house with a goddamn Mercedes in the driveway. But you never do this. You never, right? And the same thing. It affects them, man. Because yeah. And is being a workaholic bad? It depends on who you ask, really, and it depends on the situation. You got to find a balance, right? Especially for your partner. But I mean, same, you know.
I'm up in the room, I'm posted up, I'm sexy, I'm cute, and I'm thinking he gonna come up going, "Hey, E."
No.
The door open. Okay, maybe he got something to drink, and okay, he went in the kitchen first. Okay, that's fine. I'm still waiting. I'm posted up. And then I hear the TV come on. Okay, maybe he want to check sports. The video game first?
What game?
If you could come home and go play
I like how the dude in the background was like, wait, what game? Like, it really matters, dude. Because, like, if we're talking Fall Guys, you have every reason to be mad, girl. But if we talking, like, if you booted up Warzone, you might have to wait. Okay.
A video game. The video game first?
What game?
If you could come home and go play a video game, you know you got a whole wife upstairs, and she cute, and you ain't gonna come say hi. But he wanted to play his video game. That was his normal. Come home from the studio.
Yeah, you do it
and getting married is merging your normals. What you would usually do, what he would usually do. Most times women have this big, we're going to be this, and guys don't really have that.
Right.
So they go on living their life, right?
Exactly.
Y'all have to learn how to be a married couple together. What does that look like? Well, how does that feel? I was used to a lot of family, so I was always having my family over, and I know he was sick of it.
Yeah.
And I'm super churchy. One day he came.
Yo, yeah, Katai, the only thing you and your husband have to worry about is about y'all's use of profanity. Really. Like, I could hear it right now. He's playing Elden Ring and he's raging and he's cussing up a storm, and you're just like, hey, watch your goddamn mouth in front of the children. Yeah, that's y'all's only issue right there.
home, and I decided to bless the house, but I didn't tell him. So he came in. It was church praying people all over the place. Bless oil all over. He was like, I just want to play my video game, and walk around in my drawers.
Poor Warren.
Yeah. So I had to learn. He had to learn.
It's so funny to me when I see women, they find that guys who play video games is an ick. And I'm like, but then they also find it an ick if they go out. So I'm like, what do you want?
Stay home, play your video
What do you
game,
want
right?
your man to do? I'd much rather
me too.
My husband be
Yes.
home playing a video game
Absolutely.
than out in these streets doing God knows what.
Right,
Yes.
right. I know where you're at. Yes, you're annoying and yelling and cursing, but I could deal with that.
Yes.
Like, and it's also my time.
These ladies get it.
Like when he's home, like we're still separated, so we have our own time.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Dude, yeah, that I get that. I've got that.
I'm not on you. You're not on me. You're doing your own thing. You're having fun. So why not? Like
the one relationship that I had that she was pretty chill with me playing video games, but she would still make backhanded comments about it. She was fine with it, but she always had to throw in a little jab or some kind of shit talking in a way. The way that women do it. Not straightforward like a man would do it, but just like, you know how some ladies, y'all say certain things in a certain way in a very specific order that it while it directly doesn't piss us off in the moment, we think about it 4 days later and we're just like, that bitch. Right? So
binge YouTube beauty videos. That's my thing.
I'm watching reality television. That's
right,
what I'm saying.
reality TV
I knew it, bro. The beauty, the reality, it's all, and we don't say anything.
is my thing. So why can't he have his thing? It's not childish or anything. Like, I mean, no. And also, gaming is a whole entire industry on its own. You don't know where that could go. Like, my husband started streaming and is growing. So I'm just like, have fun.
I agree.
Thank God.
Women who say video games are for children or child.
Like, if he can have, if I can have my thing, he can have his thing. Yeah, and we don't bitch at you about the things that you do. However, I did have one like little thing that my ex did that used to get under my skin, is that she would watch things on Netflix or whatever streaming platform she had. She would watch things without even reading the description or even like looking at how many stars it had or even reading a review. She would just click on it. And I'm like, "Why do you do that?" And she's like, "I just wanted to watch something." I'm like, "But you don't even know if it's good. I don't even recognize half the actors in the cast. What if it's bad?" She's like, "Well, then I'll just watch something else." I was like, "Yeah, but you just wasted 2.5 hours when you could just not waste 2.5 hours." She's like, "Babe, just let me watch how I want to watch." I was like, "Okay, yeah, you do you. I just wanted to know why. Okay, that's do your thing." I just think that's crazy, but that's just me.
Childish just don't know what they're talking about. For a lot of these games, you literally need to be 18 and up just to buy them.
Hey, that didn't stop us when games first started. That's not stopping people now. Sometimes I like to throw that out there too. Oh, you got to be 18 to play, but let's be real. Got 7-year-olds playing GTA. And when I was young, then again, the ratings were different back then, but...
And like this one woman said, would you rather your man or husband be out in the streets or in the house gaming? Because here's the thing, they call a man gaming a red flag, but if he's out with his boys, they call that a red flag too. So what exactly do they want? Oh,
it's not even a red flag. I dealt with a situation one time where I went out with my friends and I couldn't even enjoy the time out with my friends because there's just a text message. "Where are you? What are you doing? When are you coming home? When are you going to be back?" And I'm just like, damn, this is crazy because like I never bother you like this when you go out on girls' night, but girls' night is rare for you because again, you don't have friends. And that's what happens when like sadly to say, this is what happens to people that they don't make any core friends when they're younger. Instead, they choose to make all of their friends, their core friends, they choose to make them in college. And what happens when you graduate college? Well, Stephanie's going back to Idaho. Your friend Stacy, she's going back to California. Your other friend Jennifer, she's going back to Georgia. And you're going to be where you're going to go without them. Right? That's just how it goes for a lot of you. Y'all didn't make any core experiences. Y'all didn't make any core friendships early on in life. So you don't have anything to fall back to. Right? I left my friends when I was 18, went and joined the military, got out of the military, came back. My friends were still there, man. So, and I still have them to this day. And it's just like a lot of girls that I dated, bro, they either didn't have friends or they had just one that they barely talked to. So it's just like, yeah, if we go out, it's a problem. If we play video games, it's a problem. Basically just have to sit on the couch motionless and just wait until they have an idea or until they want to do something. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? That's a dog. That's what a dog does. Your dog will sit there patiently. Where are we going? What are we doing? Walk? Huh? Bark? Treat? What's happening? Nothing? Okay. That's essentially what some of these ladies want us to do. They just want us to sit there and just wait. Anything, sweetie? No? Okay. I'll be right here. Man, nah. Nah. Yo, Decapitated, what's good, man? I didn't see you.
Oh, right. They want control. If a man's home, not cheating, not running the streets, not drinking, not gambling, just minding his business and decompressing.
The ladies that find gambling, I can understand that. If y'all find gambling to be a red flag or an ick, how y'all say, kind of cringe. I can kind of understand the gambling because gambling is it's far more dangerous than video games. If I play video games for way too long, at worst, I'm just ignoring you. At best, I got the high score. If I ignore you for gambling, at worst, man, I lose everything. At best, I'm ignoring the shit out of you because gambling I feel is just far more addictive than gaming. That could be debated, but in my eyes and in my opinion, gambling is so much more of a degenerate thing that could easily spiral and easily devolve into like the worst thing imaginable. Man. You know? Man playing video games. Oh, he lost track of time and he showed up late to his daughter's dance recital because he was in a top 5 situation in Fortnite. I could live with that. But your husband gambling away your daughter or your son's college fund, yeah, that's something I can't live with. So that's why I say that. I feel like gambling is way worse of a... I can understand that when y'all say that that's a red flag. Because that could go so bad, so fast, in so many ways, it's not even funny.
In peace, that should be something to appreciate. But no, these women would rather complain, belittle, and shame him for doing something that makes him happy. It's not about maturity, it's about insecurity. They hate the fact that a console can bring him joy that they can't manipulate, interrupt, or compete with.
What's one thing?
And dude, some of these games you really can't interrupt. There is no pause button, ladies. Read the room sometimes, okay? My ex used to do this. Depending on the game I was playing, it depended on if she interrupted me or not, right? If I was playing something like Assassin's Creed, she would pick up on that and she would interrupt me because I can pause Assassin's Creed. If I'm playing a first-person shooter like Destiny or Apex Legends, she wasn't going to interrupt me because she knows that I can't pause those games. You know?
Thing that just makes you extremely upset, and you can't explain why.
Honestly, this is probably gonna sound really bad, but it's when my boyfriend hangs out with his friends. I think one reason is definitely because I'm jealous of him because he's had the same amazing group of friends since he was 5 years old. and I've never had a consistent group of friends ever. And I know that it's normal for friends to change as you grow up, but his friends have always been the same, and I kind of wish that I had that, because even all through high school, I was one of those people who was in every single group and activity. So I was friends with everybody, but I never hung out with anybody.
Well, I do know some men where it's just like you are paying attention
Dude,
on that game.
me having the friends that I had not only impacted me that way with like ladies that felt like her, but it also impacted how, because like I played sports in high school, it also impacted how my teammates viewed me, because I had core friends, man. I had friends that I met when I was like 7, 8 years old, and they remained my friends all through elementary school, middle school. And then when we got to high school, the baseball players were expecting me to like go hang out with them and go party with them and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, bro, I got my own friends. I got a whole nother life outside of this. And they didn't like that. They resented that. They hated that. They thought that I didn't want to be part of the group, that I didn't want to be part of the team. And I was like, that's not the case at all. I'm still part of this team. I have other stuff outside of this. Y'all, my world doesn't revolve around you. And, you know,
game, talking to them people, arguing with them people, and you could be in my face. It is some men that need to give their woman more attention, but it's just like the game it just irritates me.
But men are stressed out. They come home, they want to play the game. It's freedom.
But why, as a grown man, do you want to come home and play with a controller? I got something.
You don't play video. You don't. You know what? I'm mad now. I'm upset. Man, this is
why, as a grown, badass, boss girl, independent woman, want to come home and keep up with the Kardashians and try to emulate everything they're doing, huh? Right? All right.
Like his only time of like having complete freedom and something to escape reality for 20 minutes, and you're trying to take it away from him.
You're not doing all that with that video game.
Yeah, you are. You get to enter
reality.
Yeah.
They got niggas making on the games, little avatars. Like, nigga, what you want to look like? Who the is this? Who the is this? No, the avatar. Who the is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not you.
And you know what's funny, man, with all these ladies is that they all get asked the same question, and they all have the same answer. And the question is, if they can't play video games, what do you expect them or want them to do? And all they can say is something more productive, something worthwhile, learn something, build something. I'm like, bitch, he oh my God.
Yeah.
What you got going on here?
I got a virtual girlfriend.
Honestly, it's not
Should've seen her face, man. Oh my
something
God.
women can ever fully understand, because they don't deal with the world the way men do. They don't walk through life carrying the same silent pressures, expectations, and burdens. So, of course, they wouldn't understand why a man would want or need to escape reality for a while, especially if that man is handling his business, taking care of his family, grinding at work, and showing up for his responsibilities day in and day out. When you carry that kind of weight every single day, you don't need more chaos. You need an outlet. You need peace. And for a lot of men, is weak. So when he picks up that controller, it's not just about a game, it's about protecting his mental space.
We're doing a tier list of red flags. Instant deal breaker, bad but manageable, not the worst thing, depends on the situation. Neutral, does not matter, could be good. Actually, I like this. Gamer.
My boyfriend likes gaming.
Everybody.
I've had enough of this. We can move on. Thank God that was nobody's request. No, I clicked on the wrong shit. Oh, Katai. What is it? What's it called? Did you put it in the Discord? We can do some donut operator after. I need to put this in the watch later. For the 25. Oof. Oof. Well, what's it called? What do I type in? Do lesbian couples have the same problem? I don't know, but what I found out recently is that lesbian couples have the highest rate of domestic violence amongst all types of couples. Straight couples, gay couples, all that stuff. They have the highest rate of domestic violence. I was like, really? You don't say. Feels very validating. Oh, this guy, I've seen him before. Where's the clip? Oh no, that's fine. This is very recent. This is like from today. It had to have been maybe on his Twitch clips. Or not Twitch clips. Fuck am I talking about? Shorts? I'm just gonna type in the quote. Yo, dude. I can't. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Fuck. Okay. This is POTUS says Iran and Israel don't know what the fuck they're doing. I think this is like, he's basically laid out terms for them to do a ceasefire and they're still doing shenanigans, and he's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to fucking help and shit, but like, they're not, I don't know what's going on. I think that's the gist. Let's watch. Hold on. Okay.
Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement, the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them.
Jesus Christ, Israel. So Trump said, listen, you got 12 hours. And they said, bet 12? Let's drop everything we can right now. We got talk about getting your money's worth, but like at what cost? Oh, fuck.
I'm not happy with Iran either, but I'm really unhappy.
This is like, I'm fired? Bet. And you proceed to tear everything up on your way out. I feel like that's what Israel just did. Like,
If Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land, I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
And then he proceeds to walk off like a fucking boss. Oh my God. Dude, and I said it so long ago. I remember it too. I said it so long ago. I was like, I'm waiting on that one president, man. That one president that just tells it like it is, and he's just like, bro, this is fucking bullshit. Yo, dude. That's...
that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Dude, that's the greatest shit I've ever seen. That's the greatest shit I've ever seen. He's had enough. He's had enough, ladies and gentlemen. He's had it up to here. He's like, I got these fucking Democrats on my ass about Israel and Iran. I got fucking Republicans on my ass about Israel and Iran. I got you on my ass about Israel and Iran. I got the American people on my ass about Iran and Israel. And I just served up the win. And they shit on it. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of trying to do shit. Nobody takes it seriously. Oh, dude, and that right there is why being the president of the United States, or being the president of any country, mind you, is the hardest job in the world. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It doesn't matter if you're trying to do the right thing, the wrong thing. It does not matter. There's always going to be some stupid bullshit in your way, some stupid shit that goes wrong, something very, very dumb that is standing between you and progress. And you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. But this is bullshit. It's who wants to do this job? It's like, it's crazy. That's fantastic. That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Ugh. The only thing that would have made this clip better is if after he did that, it would have showed a clip of Joe Biden saying, "Come on, man." Oh, dude. That is so great. Yeah, Katai. Yeah. That's so fantastic. I can't wait to send this to my buddy. This will put him in a good mood because he wanted to play Fortnite earlier because his kid fell asleep and I had to blow him off for the stream. So, you're welcome, by the way. Let's read these fantabulous comments, shall we? Can't believe I just witnessed a precision F strike from a sitting POTUS. Dude, I'm telling you, that it's so great. This beats like it's even better than when you hear like someone use profanity like on the news or something like that. Everyone's always like, "Oh shit, she got caught slipping. She said fuck." Right? Like on the news, maybe like an anchor slips or like Bill O'Reilly, right? Remember? Fuck it. We'll do it live. Right? That shit is like it's fun. It's hilarious. It's amazing, right? But to come from a president, something I've never seen before, something I never thought I'd see before, because I always thought that even someone like Donald Trump, it's so stuffy up there that he wouldn't dare, right? Fuck that. Fuck that. Do you know who I am? I'm Donald Trump. I do. Dude, that's literally, that was his Homelander moment, really, for the most part. It really was. Ashley, is it? Is your name? Well, listen, Ashley. I'm the Homelander. That means I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's so good. It's so good. His delivery on that fuck was magical. He leaned forward to deliver that fuck. I don't think I've ever heard any president curse in my lifetime. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, dude, he stuck the landing of that fuck. That was the best fuck that has ever been fucked in the history of fucks. It's just that delivery was impeccable. A rare moment of honesty. And really, it was a rare moment of honesty, because in that moment, Donald Trump is essentially telling you, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore, because this is just out of fucking hand, man. I just literally served up a layup, man, an alley-oop to LeBron James, and he fucking flopped and shit the bed. And now he's looking at me like it's my fault. No, I tossed it, and you were supposed to jump, right? Like, I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Right? The strut away afterwards. I can't stop laughing. Oh my god. It's... I needed that. Yeah, that was... that was magical. Really. That was... Oh, we needed that. Tensions are high, right? We needed that. I don't really know what to do with the rest of the stream. That really is one you end on. But oh, dude, I got a headache now. Fuck. That's I want to see the looks on the reporters' faces after Trump said that. Oh, dude, probably stun locked, because you know the audio cut after that, really. So, oh, that was downright glorious. Fucking A. Let's see. Y'all want to do some donut operator? Oh, that was too good. Yeah? No? Cop smokes woman beater?
Hey, how about you? You want to play me one-on-one?
Not really. You could probably smoke me. You can't trust some of these old dudes dressed like Adam Sandler, bro. Some of them be like low-key good as shit. Alright. Oh no. God, this is long. Okay. This is Cop Smokes Woman Beater. Some of y'all might say, but did he really deserve to die? Well, let me ask you this. What if it was your mother, or your sister, or your niece? You know? Something tells me you'd beat the police there. I'm just saying.
Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Hi everyone, Donut here. Don't you just love Sunday mornings? Some people go to church, some people sleep in. I like using Sunday mornings for my chorin'. Some people like charging at cop cars while wielding a pair of scissors after beating up their girlfriend while saying,
okay, so beating up the girlfriend doesn't even matter. You charge the cop with scissors, which is a deadly weapon. It's over for you. You're going to bed. Night.
I'm going to die today. Same! You know, just pretty common Sunday stuff. Of course, this is Sunday morning.
Dude, I love that me and Donut Operator are on the same page as far as beards go. I haven't shaved in months, from the looks of it. Neither is he.
Morning in Florida. Florida and all those wacky hijinks, just goofing around, doing synthetic drugs and eating people's faces, stuff like that. Today we're talking about a man who woke up and chose violence, then he chose a pair of scissors, and then he chose to get folded like a lawn chair by a police officer.
Well, look at that.
Let's dive into some shenanigans today, but first a word from our sponsor. I hate when all my stuff's on the dark web. You guys don't need to see those pictures. You gotta pay for that stuff. That's why the sponsor for this video is Aura. They protect you from nearly the entire internet. That's right. All-in-one digital finger. That's aura.com/donut to get that 14-day free trial. Before we get into today's Florida Man breakdown, I've got a quick little story that perfectly sums up the phrase "f around and find out."
It's been happening a lot lately.
That might as well be the slogan for this channel. So here's what we got. Some dude in a gray hoodie decides he's gonna pull a gun on another person, but not just to look tough. He shoots the guy, drops him right there.
It's like 5 minutes from 6. I'll share my low with you.
And before he can even finish his victory lap, this happens. That security guard definitely earned his $21.50 an hour. The security guard, after absolutely mag dumping the armed killer, just turns around and strolls away. All in a hard day's work, am I right? Looks like an NPC in a video game completing—
It really does, man. I put the whole wasted thing right there from GTA. He walked off like there wasn't nothing left to do. Like, I'm sorry, security officer, but like, you gotta like file a report and shit, you know? Good work, but where the fuck are you going?
a scripted animation.
I live for this.
Anyways, great work by that security guard. He saw the threat that just killed another person and then took the threat down with a lot of bullets. All right, let's get into one.
And then walked back to his post like a true NPC. Just like bam, 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 and then just. Why, yes, officer, I did shoot him 9 times. All right. Okay. Have a good day. Like, what the fuck?
One more story before the main event. Let's talk about our future children and how we are absolutely monumentally probably screwed.
Damn it.
And I mean 2 kids in Minecraft pajamas passing around a loaded pistol screwed. Nope, this is not a Florida story like you all thought. This is New Mexico. 2 boys, 7 and 9. That's right, 7 and 9. Were armed with a handgun, ignoring commands from officers.
I need you to put that down.
We want to help you, Sean. You tell me what you need after you put it down, and I'll make sure that we get you some whatever you need, okay?
We're just gonna wait for a second.
Can you do that for me?
What? Oh my God. What do you do as police officers in this situation? You are not about to get into a shootout with a 7-year-old. Believe you me, you don't want that on your conscience, man. So what do? Oh, one of you officers might get shot in the process, but your best bet, bro, is to, like, 8 of you. Y'all converge on these 2 kids as fast as humanly possible. And pray that they don't accidentally, I don't know. It's like you walk into the kitchen and you see your toddler just fucked around accidentally and grab the knife off the counter. You're not going to negotiate with this kid. You're going to bum rush him and take that knife away. In this case, it's a gun. This is more volatile, but holy shit.
The pajama commandos are waving around a loaded gun like it's a Nerf toy, pointing it at each other, pointing it at deputies, and even pulling the trigger. And by some miracle, the gun malfunctions. That's the only reason no one died. Instead of using immediate force on the 2 young boys, the deputies did everything right. Calm voices, no sudden movement, pleading with the kids like they were trying to talk someone off of a ledge.
Sean, can you just toss it to the side, babe? Let's make this easy. Because we want to help you. We want to help you.
I want to try to do a warning, something.
Put it down, Sean. We don't want to hurt you, okay?
I just don't want to.
Put it down, Sean.
I really don't want to 40 a kid right now.
We don't want to hurt you, and we want to help you, okay?
Where did they even get? Probably from dad. Probably left it out, left it unsecure, or just didn't teach these kids any kinds of. There's some negligent parents to be had somewhere around here.
It'd be
Put it down, baby.
One officer pulls a big brain move and tells the operator of the 40 Mike with the beanbag rounds in it, don't shoot the kids. What if we shoot right beside them and scare the f out of them so they'll drop the gun? And just like a toddler, when you jingle keys in front of them, it worked.
40 going out. 40, 40, 40. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, son! Load another one. Load another one.
They fire that non-lethal round and distract the kids. One of the kids still pulls the trigger, but deputies were able to rush in and take the gun away from them. Well done by these officers off the top.
That's what I would have done from the very jump, but I can understand if the situation was different from what I'm seeing, but that's essentially what ended up happening. And God, dude, the balls on this kid. Fired a 40 Mike in his direction, he still held on to that weapon. Didn't drop it or nothing. Like, and then not only did he not drop it, bro, look what this kid did. Look what this kid did. He aimed it at cops. He aimed it, man. Raised up and aimed it. And for a little fella, God, I don't want to encourage this behavior, but that's not bad form. That's...
Drop it! Drop it, son! Load another one. Load another one.
Taser? Are we for real? That's a bit excessive. Taser? A 40 Mike was enough to scare. I don't think that officer was feeling himself a little bit like, bro, these are 7-year-olds. I don't think we need to go that far.
They fire that non-lethal round and distract the kids. One of the kids still pulls the trigger, but deputies were able to rush in and take the gun away from them. Well done.
God, he still tried to pull the trigger as the police officer was taking it away from him. Something is deeply wrong with these children.
By these officers off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything they could have done different in order to not hurt the kids. That was handled very professionally.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, they didn't just find the gun laying around on the side of the road.
No.
According to the sheriff, they were taught how to use it. Well, not very f***ing well, I know that. Deputies had responded to this house over 50 times just because of the actions of these two kids. So yeah, there's probably
Oh my God, it's a couple of fucking Dennis the Menaces. It's 2 of them. 50 calls to this house because of these 2 kids. Bro, I remember the one and only time that police came to my house. My mom almost fucking killed me. Man. That police officer almost had to come back.
a little bit more going on behind the scenes.
Blame the parents!
No one got arrested miraculously. I feel like the parents should have caught something. No one got shot. No one got hurt. Deputies had been a little bit slow.
This is negligence. Like, if you're, we're not talking about like a 22-year-old. That kid, that person made their choices. We're talking about a 7-year-old. And when your 7-year-old is out here doing this kind of shit, I don't look at it as any different than if you accidentally left your gate unlocked and your dog gets out and bites somebody. What's going to happen to your dog? You're going to get put down. I'm not saying that should happen to the kid, but like there should be some kind of ramification for someone. And especially if police have been called to your house 50 fucking times.
Slower or the gun wouldn't have jammed, this would be a completely different story. And this would have been one of those videos that gets my channel demonetized. Hats off to the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department for a job well done. Today's main story. This one city just has the gift that keeps on giving to this channel. Jacksonville, Florida, May 4th, 11 a.m. It's just another lovely, sunny Florida day at the Normandy Estates trailer park home, where the landscaping is dead, and if there is Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi password is clearly just meth.
No offense.
A woman who lived in the park there spent the night away from home because her boyfriend had been beating on her. His name was Kyle and he loves white monsters. She does the right thing. She calls officers and says, "Hey, can you just escort me back to the trailer so I can grab my stuff? I don't want to be with this dirtbag anymore."
Hi, I just need a police escort. I'm trying to get some of my possessions out of my house, and we pulled up to get
There's
it.
Crazy
and,
Kyle.
He started being violent, like, as soon as we pulled up, and so I just need a
Oh
police
God,
escort so I
there's
can
Crazy
get some of my
Kyle.
possessions out.
And the woman beater decides to do something incredibly stupid. Stupider. Something so dumb and silly, you're just gonna have to see it. Officer Burke pulls up to do the most polite part of the job, but pretty easy.
And the first thing that comes to Kyle's mind is, let me go over to this police car and start beating on it, thus making your case as to why you're not abusive. All right.
Gig, babysit someone while they get their stuff. And out of the trailer comes this dude, already holding a pair of scissors like a weapon. Instead of doing literally anything else, he sprints at the patrol car, starts punching the hood, jumping on it, and then slaps the driver's side door.
Terrible, awful, murderous things.
If you think it might rain later, then all you need is this bearskin heavy storm rain jacket. That's because this is the only hiking grade any regular outfit, but
this lady in the background, this lady in the background is about to witness a murder. Get out!
Shout out to the officer for attempting to make the slowest tactical retreat in the
Get
history
outta
of
here,
mankind
Deborah.
by reversing down the road like he's trying to slowly back out of a McDonald's parking lot because
This is not your fight.
ice cream machine is broke. Which, I mean, I can't blame him. You don't want to back into some kids playing in the road and the guy can't really get into the car with a pair of scissors. But that guy has a deadly weapon and our officer isn't done yet.
Is he doing what I think he's doing?
The suspect keeps chasing the patrol car. The officer does what probably any reasonable police officer would do. Puts that bitch in drive and sends the dude flying.
Let's go. Hit him.
I wish we had a better.
Oh my God, this lady losing her mind in the front yard on the opposite side of the street is just like, come on, lady.
Better angle, but you know what? Let's just take a look at that again. We'll just see why cars are still undefeated. After that hit by the patrol car, the guy still gets up off the ground. I don't care how high you are. When you get hit by a car and your first thought is, all right, motherfucker, round two, you've either got brain damage or an iron will to be Florida man. So what happens? The guy starts sprinting at the cop car once again, like the final scene in Braveheart. The f did that cop car do to him? Oh yeah, it hit him. In his head, our boy was slaying dragons.
Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down!
That's all it takes.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Suspect down! Suspect down!
That was not the move.
That lady's gonna be traumatized for like the next week.
Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel a little ashamed?
Officer Burke opens fire with multiple shots. The suspect folds like a Dollar Tree lawn chair. The officer immediately renders aid, despite the guy being a complete piece of shit who beats women and also trying to attack the cop with a pair of scissors. Paramedics show up, more aid was rendered, the guy was taken to the hospital, and you probably guessed this one. Suspect 0, car 1. We later found out that this guy had overdosed a couple of days earlier. He started fighting hospital staff, and it also turns out that he had a huge criminal rap sheet. This includes everything from, you guessed it, drug possession to domestic battery. He could have been an astronaut, but that's all I got for you wonderful people today. Help support the channel by going to donutoperator.com.
He could have been governor, but the man kept him down. It didn't let him shine. He let's see. Soldier strangles active shooter. Damn. Damn. Let's see what's left in our watch later. No one ever wins against cop cars. You may get one over on the actual cop, but the actual car? Nah, man. Nah. Y'all, we'll do unsubscribe next. We'll do unsubscribe next, and then Lakeside, on the off chance that you're in here, on the next YouTube stream, we will do your request first. I may have said that on the last one, but we just I really wish I would have just done that first, because then we could be doing all this stuff right now, but I gotta get to my niece here soon, so. No.
My the town I graduated high.
This is, do public executions work? If it was up to me, we'd still do them. But it's not up to me. Which is why we don't do them. Really, it's that easy. Somewhere along the line, we got soft. Why? I don't know.
My the town I graduated high school in had one of the last public hangings in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, last or 2 weeks ago, we just had the first public execution with a
By
firing
gunfire.
squad.
Yeah, since like
in
20,
a while, yeah.
2010 at least. They did one a while back in Idaho,
Yeah,
but this was like the first one in a while.
You know, I mean, they get
Are public executions like specifically outlawed, or can you do them under certain circumstances, like what they're talking about?
the guy was a shithead, but he was like, I don't want to die by injection because they mess it up sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to die like by getting electrocuted because that would suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to get shot.
105 howitzer. If I
Oh, okay. So there's cases where if you can request it as the death row inmate, I guess. And well, if that's the case and it's an option, why not just have it forced? But I don't know.
had a choice and they're like, you're gonna die, but okay, let some buddies get some
Mysterious.
YouTube.
Take it easy, man.
And then stand me in front of the
Jamie,
pull
up
the
Garantham. We'll be live tomorrow on Twitch doing music, and then back here again the next day doing this
clip. Not the body. I want my head. Just like where I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, it don't matter.
Nothing would.
If I had to get put to death, what would I choose? Probably firing squad in the head. But like a good shot, not no bullshit like in the cheek or the chin or something. Like you hit me like right here. The easiest. It's the fastest. And goddamn it, it's the cheapest.
Would make me happier than the last thing I see is some drive tanks guy bore sighting in the back. Yeah, don't move, fucker.
The last thing you hear is ears.
You still go like this. Your arms are standing there still. You just freeze frame. Your head's gone.
Jesus. Dude, I really don't understand how we don't have not even public execution, but public humiliation these days.
Same.
The flogging.
We're like if you steal from your neighbor.
The town.
We're gonna let the town come by and just throw vegetables at you.
The town
and no one's gonna steal after that.
The town I graduated high school in, Charles City, Iowa. I think they had a public hanging in like 1959. Like it was one of the most recent ones. There was a dude. I think he was. It was either murder or sexual assault, and.
Jaywalking.
Basically, so like in the town, there's a river that runs midway through the town. There's two bridges. It's literally the courthouse, and like 80 feet outside the courthouse door, which is also the jail, is one of the bridges. Like Main Street Bridge. Apparently, like 200 people just showed up to the fucking jail one night and were like, we're taking that motherfucker. You letting us do it, or are we going to make you let us do it?
Wow,
and the jailers were like, fucking, I guess you're taking him.
Yep.
And they fucking walked him outside and threw him over the side of the fucking bridge.
Based.
Yeah.
You know what would really be great for me? This just speaks to my sadistic nature. But one thing that I would absolutely love is instead of having those really, really trashy pop-up targets when you go to the range. If you've ever been in the military, you go to the range, you have or even in basic training, you go to the range, you have those pop-up targets. It's not always paper. It's not always just a standing target. Sometimes you'll have like a pop-up target, right? Like 25 meters, 50 meters. 100 meters, whatever. And that's how you qualify, right? And then on the paper targets, that's how you zero. So you have a lane for zeroing your sights and all that stuff. And then you have the main range, and those lanes are for qualification. Well, wouldn't it just be so much more fun that instead of those pop-up targets or the standing targets or even the paper, we just use death row inmates that have just been sitting there for way too long. They're guilty of sin, and they've been there for 20 years. Give them to the United States Army or the United States Marine and put them out there in the range and have them run around, right? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we practice target acquisition. We practice hitting a moving target. We practice hitting a running target. We practice aiming at silhouettes, right? Stuff like that. And then for zero, we just tape them. We just chain them to like a fucking pole or like a tree. And we just zero that way. You fire 3 shots, get your target group, you get your target grouping, right? You walk up to the body, maybe chest area, I don't know where you fired. You're like, oh, a little bit to the left. Got it. Mark that down. Cool. All right. Now this one's too bloody. Bring another one. And then go back and do it again. I feel like that would make it more fun. I feel like that would be better. Right? And then just for compartmentalization reasons, you can just you can tattoo their crimes on their forehead. That way none of the soldiers start to feel bad. Right? Because you might have that one fucker in there that's just like, I don't want to do it. Fuck that. Give me your weapon and your ammo. I'll do all of it. I was done qualifying hours ago. I'm just got more inmates than bullets, I think.
Done.
No, we're done. Trouble.
So,
oh, fuck. I would so go for that. God. I met some SF guys when I was deployed that they told me stories.
Very here from the Wix.
Nick
Using enemy territory as target practice.
can't answer this because I'm pretty sure he knows. When do you think the last execution via guillotine was? Like the straight up like 1800,
like an actual
yeah,
like the big blade coming down on
Wasn't it
someone's
19? I know. Well, no. Christopher Lee got to witness one. The actor who passed and also did like Lord of the Rings, like
Sith Lord.
Oh, the gnarliest fucking actor of all time.
He was
on Gentlemanly Warfare. He was part of that crew, right?
Was he?
In real life, I'm not sure. He was in World War II.
He was probably like some sort of special forces stuff, but
not
SAS.
Yeah, he was
not
SAS.
No. It was it wasn't SAS.
SBS? Special Boat Service? Yeah.
No. Or,
MI6 or some shit.
SOS, he needs help.
British Commandos?
He killed people.
I think it was something like.
He was like
he was a British
variation of special forces.
He was one of the
II.
precursors for the SAS and the SBS being brought about.
OCS.
He was part of Winston Churchill's like
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah,
he was the he was in the Royal Air Service.
So
excuse me, Royal Air Force. So RAF.
But
I still think that the death penalty should be carried out in whatever fashion the family of the victim wants it carried out. I feel like that's fair, right? Barring certain things, like you can't just be like, I want him attached to a nuke. I want him attached to a nuke. Motherfucker, we're not spending that much goddamn money just so you can get some fucking revenge. Pick something a little more reasonable, right? You know?
And then, precursor to the SAS, which was, attaining the rank of flight lieutenant and specializing in intelligence, including decoding German ciphers and working in the long-range desert group, LRDG.
He wrote the book for the SAS to come about, which were like, if you guys don't know what the SAS is, it's like the Navy
Donut seems like he's slurring his words a little bit, doesn't
he? SEALs of the British Special Forces guys.
Yeah. SOE.
SOE, yeah.
Yeah, Special Operations Executive.
When Grey Tongue stabs Sauron, that's when that's one of my Peter Jackson's like you're going like And he's like, what? You don't make sounds. They don't make that sound when you get stabbed in the back. He's like, what? What are you talking about? How would you know? He's like, because I stabbed a dude in the fucking back.
That was my favorite. Like,
he's like, no, they make this noise.
And you're like, damn.
The juxtaposition of him telling the story and Peter Jackson telling the story is my favorite edit. Because it's the same story, but it's just back and forth. He's like, I just really wasn't going to argue with him. Wasn't going to fight him.
What's Timothy?
But real quick, we edged the audience on the guillotine thing.
Oh, yeah. Was that 19?
did.
I would say, well, actually, I think it's in the 70s. Now that you've told this story. Is that
70s?
76, right?
That feels very recent for a guillotine. 70s?
Right.
1977.
Really? Oh my god. I thought that had been outdated ages ago. Way before the 70s. Good lord.
Yeah, it was
Where?
Oh, what's that?
In France, I
Oh, okay. Well, makes a little more sense.
believe. So I thought it was in the 70s, but yeah, straight up. It was the last person to be executed by guillotine was in France, September 10th, 1977.
And who even decided? Who even made the decision that we were going to do away? Was it society that made that decision? Or was it government that made that decision? That we were no longer going to kill the accused in inhumane ways, such as flogging, tarred and feathered, firing squad, hanging, electrocution. When did that even come about? Huh? When did that happen? And who was the major push behind that effort? Because I can't imagine it was society, right? I can't imagine that as a collective we were like, no, criminals are dying too harshly. Who did that? Because I'm simply just looking at it from like a monetary perspective. Bro, it costs so much more. It costs so much more money to do a lethal injection than it does to just hang a motherfucker. I can go get a rope right now from Home Depot for $30. And we out here spending thousands just to make sure that these fuckers feel no pain. Why?
I would do that. That wouldn't be too bad.
For the kidnapping, torture, and murder of Elizabeth Bouquet. I don't. Yeah.
I don't understand. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, donut operator doesn't like it any more than I do.
How much less crime would there be if we just publicly executed people these days?
That's what I really want to find out, man. Publicly. And not even publicly, man. You can make it pay-per-view. Profit from it if you want to. Make it pay-per-view. You mean to tell me that we can have things like blood sports where grown men get into a ring and borderline beat the fuck out of each other to death, and some of these dudes end up dying early because of all of the trauma that they experienced at the expense of our entertainment, yet we can't publicly kill these fuckers and show society that way that, hey, this is what's going to happen to you? Because it's one thing to tell a story, right? It's one thing to tell your kids, don't rob banks, don't kill people, don't do this, blah, 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 blah. But if you never show them the consequences, then it's just words. At the end of the day, it's just words if you don't know what the consequences are. They go out there and do it anyways. But if you put it right in front of their face and you're like, listen, little Timmy, like that 7-year-old. That 7-year-old that we saw in the previous video with the gun aiming at cops. Listen, Blake. This is your future. If you don't get your shit together, this is what we do to people like you, okay? You still got some time left. You're 7. Get your shit together. I think Blake might avoid any kind of future problems from then on out. What do you say? Do you agree or no? I don't even see, I don't see the downside. And especially if you can monetize it, the government's always down to make money. So
so instead of doing private prisons, what if we did private executions?
God,
what if we just what if we just had like pay-per-view? It was a special section of Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Come watch it.
Brandon Herrera's thinking the same shit I'm thinking. Brandon? Collaborators? Maybe? Business partners? I'm thinking the same thing. I'll think up of all the fucking ideas, all the promotions, everything.
Switch TV, where you push a button for donos.
Dude, come on, let's talk
how much, like how they die.
Nah, for real. Let's talk logistics because, dude, I'm telling you, I really don't feel like we're too far from this. We allow ladies to sell their pussy for money on OnlyFans. Come on now. Why are we drawing the line at this? Huh? As a society? Come on, for real?
It's just dono.
Let's talk to the South Carolina correction system about putting that on Pepper Box.
What kills me is like back in the day during like.
That's why I love that movie. Y'all ever seen that movie, The Gamer? Some people truly don't appreciate this movie, and they didn't appreciate it for its time. But I've always liked it. It's with Gerard Butler, one of his lesser known films, but it spoke to me because it's a movie about gamers, and essentially they take death row inmates that are gonna die, and instead of putting them to death, they just implant a microchip in their brain, and they allow a random fucking person around the world to control them as an avatar, and it's basically a battle royale. You play battle royale with a real person as your character. Not on screen, not like pixels, none of that. You play with a real person. And the catch of this is that if you win, your inmate that you're fighting with earns their freedom. That was a cool fucking concept to me, and I loved that movie. And when I saw that movie, I was slightly younger, but even when I saw that movie, I was like, yo, why don't we do this? We could clear out death row, we could clear out most of the prison system, we could damn sure make it to where we could prevent a lot of crime by doing this, because you prevent crime, guess what? This is your future. Not much of a future at all. Really. Your freedom is dependent on the hand-eye coordination of a fucking 8-year-old in Nebraska. That's what it is, man. So I always thought, like, why don't we do that? Nah, we're soft. We're soft. We can't do that. We allow the accused to get away with heinous crimes against the victim, but we are not allowed to do the same thing to the accused. We're soft. There's no other explanation. I don't care what you say. We're soft. I don't give a fuck about feelings or emotions or doing the right thing or blah, or it's the right thing, or if we do this, we're no better than them. Fuck that. Eye for an eye.
Yellowstone era is when someone like stole a horse, because you're basically stealing a man's life, and you stole his horse, so they would execute horse thieves.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
And back in that day, they would take you out to the town square, and they would just hang you, and people would come from miles around and build picnics around that, because it was an event. It was a party.
They didn't have phones.
Yeah, and they would
You're bored.
like.
I would have liked to have lived in those times. Instead of a carnival or a fair, let's just go have a picnic over there on 6th Street, sweetie. I heard that piece of shit mailman that was touching kids. I heard he got hung. Yeah, let's just grab some salads, grab the kids. We'll go make a day out of it. I grew up in the wrong time. The fuck?
Like, you would take your family out and have a party and watch some dude just hang because he stole a horse.
Funny story about that. Like the things you take your fucking family out to. One of my favorite stories is in the beginning of the Civil War. So a battle of First Manassas or Bull Run. Everybody expected this to be like a fucking 2-week war. Ended up being like the darkest 4 years of American history. When both the Confederate and Union armies were marching at each other in Manassas, Virginia, everyone wanted to go see the spectacle that was going to be this new war. And you had families picnicking on a hill overseeing the battle. And it was like, there are photos of it.
So you mean to tell me that all those times I saw a fucking Marvel movie where the good guy is fighting the bad guy, and all of the civilians, instead of running away, they come crowd the fight? You mean to tell me that that's not unrealistic? That that's actually happened before? That's what you're telling me? Because I always thought that was the stupidest thing. Like, the good guy and the bad guy start fighting, and instead of having a direct flight response, these people are just like, that's Iron Man. All right, bet. That's Peter Parker. Let's see how this unfolds. But no, turns out that's for real. That was a thing.
Straight up, like,
wild.
You want to go see some mass death, kids?
But like every woman who watches Yellowstone and watches all these things that Sheridan especially is making, they romanticize the whole thing and like, oh, it's so sweet.
Like 1883,
Look,
1923.
oh, these women are so sweet and they're so lovely in this love story. It's like you don't realize how fucking gnarly it was back then.
Property. You were property.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But back to my point, I would love to see people be executed.
Anyways, what I was saying.
We bring this back. So my police department, like we couldn't stop responding to crimes at a specific Walmart, but it sucked responding there because everyone's taxpayer dollars was going to this one specific Walmart. And it, like, you know, if we just took one shoplifter out and just flogged them, they'd probably stop fucking stealing batteries to make meth from that Walmart.
Yeah, dude, really, you'd have some meth heads like, yo, we need to get some more supplies. And then the other one's like, and he's like, let's go to Walmart. And the other one's like, no, man.
The case.
Not Walmart. They be beating the fuck out of people there. We got to go to Target. Oh, yeah. I agree with Donut wholeheartedly. It's just like the system is so weird in a way to where, and I know that some people have felt like this before. Sometimes it just feels like criminals, they just have more rights than the actual victims themselves ever had to begin with. And it's just like, wow, look how much energy is being devoted to protecting these pieces of shit. Can you believe it? Look how much money, effort, time is being devoted to this. When we could take all that money we're using for lethal injections, donate it to the donate it to the affected family, and then just hang this motherfucker. But no. We're soft. We always will be in this regard. At least in my opinion. Some of y'all might call me ruthless. Some of y'all might call me a dick. Some of y'all might call me pessimistic. Right? It doesn't change what it is, man. Something is broken in there and it needs to be fixed. And I know that people are going to do bad things. People are always going to do bad things. But isn't it our responsibility to basically make that impossible? Not by taking away rights or putting in restrictions or making gun-free zones, but no, by properly punishing those that need to be punished. Because if it's always a slap, if it's always a slap on the wrist, then nothing happens. And look how many people get caught by police, right? And it makes the news, and they read off the rap sheet, and it's 50 pages. Granted, a lot of that could be petty theft. It could be everything that doesn't include murder, right? Which doesn't carry a life sentence. You're not going to get a life sentence for stealing SpaghettiOs from the dollar store. But you know what I'm saying? Sick of politicians saying that we're going to be tough on crime. Meanwhile, nothing ever changes. That's just something you tell your donors. That's just something you tell your constituents. That's just something you tell the American people as part of like your little slogan. It's nothing different than God bless the troops and God bless America. You may not believe it, but it's what you say, right? So you're always talking about, oh, I'm tough on crime. We're about to crack down on crime. Meanwhile, are you actually cracking down? Because if we were actually cracking down, we would do exactly what I and Donut Operator just said. You're not cracking down. You're just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. Cracking down would be indeed ripping off. It would be cutting off the limb and not putting a Band-Aid on it. It's rotten. So, but hey. All right, guys, gals, Lakeside, sorry I couldn't get your request, but we will. I 100% promise that we will. Whatever requests we didn't get to today, we will get to on the next YouTube stream, which won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be on Twitch, and tomorrow will be music, but the day after that will be back here on YouTube. And I'm going to try to get some gaming streams in the coming days. I've just really been playing Fortnite, so if you like Fortnite, want to watch that, then I'll more than likely probably be streaming that on Twitch. Don't know about streaming that here, but I don't know. I'm out, dudes. Thank you for hanging out. I'll have some videos uploaded later tonight. I just got to download this stream and edit, but I appreciate y'all hanging out. I appreciate y'all chilling. And I will see y'all tomorrow. All right.